Last week, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent announced that he has weaponized officially the U.S. Department of Treasury to go after liberal groups. He is using his position to, as he says, follow the money for all these left-wing terrorist groups, because if you look out there at the protests, they all have matching signs. Sometimes they all have matching umbrellas. And obviously, that means that we have to arrest them all. Here is what he said. Charlie's death is like a domestic 9/11. Just as after 9/11 and Osama bin Laden, the ultimate culprit, was captured, we are operationalizing the Treasury, and we are going to track down who is responsible for this. We don't know how much of the support is coming in from overseas, how much is being supported by U.S. nonprofits and 501c3s and 501c4s. This is mission critical for us now. We are going to, as they always say, follow the money. When you see these groups where all the signs match, they have hundreds of the same umbrellas and that they're using after they caused the mayhem. They have the same lasers that they're using to blind our police force. How are they constructed? Because this takes a lot of money. I'm sorry. I was out of town for a couple of days. Where are they using lasers to blind police officers? Right? Did I miss that? Or is this smug son of a bitch just making it up? And I say smug because if you listen to Scott Bessent talk, if you watch his mannerisms, like, this is the most smug, I am better than you human being I have ever seen in my life. And on that alone, I despise him, regardless of his politics. Like, he has this air about him that is instantly dislikable. But as somebody who talks politics every day, as somebody who consumes news constantly, from both sides, by the way, I've never even seen a report, even in right-wing media, about protesters constructing lasers and blinding police officers. Now, if you're talking about those little laser pointers, like the ones you play with your cats with, those are like $3 at Walmart. So if 100 people have them, you can even buy them in bulk on Amazon or, any other kind of mail order thing for $1 or $2 a piece, by the way. That's not uncommon. Sometimes somebody that has an extra $100 or $200 to spend will buy bulk things and pass them out to protesters. That's not because they're getting money from China to sow dissent here in the United States. It's not because George Soros finally sent the check so they could buy umbrellas. It's because some of these people that do these things will buy these things in bulk so more people look uniformed. Sometimes they have matching t-shirts, but you can order those online. There are, groups where they're like, hey, we're doing a protest. If anybody wants to order a shirt, here's the link. Here's what we're buying. Like, Bessent has no idea how protests work. I mean, this is not a guy that's ever been out at the barricades. It's not a guy that's ever had to protest anything other than, higher tax rates. He's a rich son of a bitch that doesn't know how things work, but he is openly admitting that we're using Charlie Kirk's death as an excuse to weaponize the Treasury to defund the left. That is what this is. Nothing he said in there was true. None of it. There might be, 10 or 20 people at a given protest that have a matching shirt, and usually they're all friends and all did it together. But beyond that, nobody is paying people to go out there to do this. They're going out there and doing it because they don't like what's happening in the country. And that's the part that MAGA can't wrap their heads around. Like, how could anybody not like the fact that we can't afford groceries and that the wealthy elite like Scott Bessent himself are getting richer while the poor get poorer? Why are people mad about that? Obviously, they're being paid to be mad. They're not. They're genuinely angry. And based on the poll numbers that we see coming out week after week, they're just getting angrier and angrier. And Bessent knows that. And Bessent, much like Donald Trump, knows that what they say about these protesters is completely fabricated. None of it's actually happening. But it doesn't matter, because it's all just a flimsy excuse anyway to defund the left and label each and every one of us as terrorists. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.